NodeMCU ESP8266, and let's learn about the digital input and output. So welcome to Electronics Simplified. So let's get to the things we need. So we will need the ESP8266 NodeMCU itself and the input device, that is the tactile push button. So if we have the input, we need the output device. Definitely I'm going to use one of the most simplest, LED, and a couple of resistors for now. So grab the resistors, see that the value is 1k ohm, and we'll need a few male-to-male jumper cables for all the connections. And to get the connections mounted, we'll need the breadboard. And for the final part, we need the micro USB so we can upload the code. So let's have a look at the circuit diagram. The circuit diagram here again is in two parts, that is in the input and the output section. Okay, and you can hold or pause and you can do the connections if possible, or else let's connect. Now make sure that the USB is on the external or the outer part of the breadboard so we can connect the micro USB. Now let's connect the input device, that is the switch. So make sure you place the switch in between the breadboard, okay, in the middle, right in the middle, okay, and place it firmly. And now we cannot connect the input device directly to the ESP8266, so we are going to make a voltage divider. So just connect a resistor. So this is a 1k resistor that I've connected. Alright, now I am going to connect the resistor terminal to ground, okay, or the negative terminal, and the switch terminal to the positive terminal. Now the one that is connected to them, that is the conjunction of both the resistor and the switch, is going to be connected to pin number D2 on my NodeMCU. It's also called as a GPIO 4. GPIO 4 is basically software related. I'm going to talk about it later. Okay, so have a look at it. It's pin number D2 that I've connected it to. Now comes the output section. So place the LED and connect the negative terminal or the ground to the negative of the breadboard. So there you go, that's the most simplest thing ever. And now I'm going to connect the positive terminal. So now my positive terminal goes to D1, which is the GPIO 5. Okay, so we'll be talking about this later. Now the last part is to connect the power supply of the breadboard before we upload any code. So connect 3.3 volt from the NodeMCU to the positive terminal and the ground to the negative terminal. So that's all, we are done. You can check your connections. Alright, now connect the USB to flash the code. Now make sure that you had done the step 1, that is placing the USB at the outermost border. Now, some of you might have to press this flash button while you upload the code. So let's look at the code. Now in case if you're missing out on anything, you can go and visit this website. You'll get a descriptive post about the inputs and outputs on the NodeMCU. So you can check out this page. You'll also find the circuit diagram where you can zoom in and check the entire connections. Down below you will have the code where you can just copy and paste it. Alright, so now let's go back to the code. Okay, here as we see, we have push button and it's mentioned as 4. So basically 4 because the GPIO pin 4 is software oriented and the D2 is the hardware orientation of the pin. So make sure that you learn them well before you use the ESP8266 NodeMCU, or else you're going to come across a lot of confusion. Alright, So this is pin number D2. Alright. So the LED pin similarly is pin number D1. Okay. Alright. So if you're doing this for the first time, make sure that you're referring to the circuit diagram, and that's the button state that I've initialized. Now the push button is the input, the LED is the output, and I'm reading the status of the push button, and I just turn on the LED if the button state is high, and else everything is low. Alright. So before you upload the code, make sure that NodeMCU 1.0 is connected. Now these are some few checks before you upload the code. Okay, make sure you check all of them, including the COM port. So if you're new to ESP8266, you might not be aware of all these steps. So I would recommend you to check. References. See that the link is pasted down there. In case if you haven't done this, then you can follow another video that I have posted in the description. Alright, so now let's hit the upload button. Now again, if you are facing any difficulty while you upload your code, I have made another video just about errors, where what you need to do and how to overcome every error in ESP8266 NodeMCU. So right now my sketch is just compiling. It will compile and thereafter it's going to upload the code. So there's a long way to go, and in case if your ESP gives you any error, I would like you to check this video above. Alright, so right now my uploading is in progress and it's gonna go in bits and pieces. So in the meantime, you can subscribe to my channel and stay updated. Okay, so I'm almost at the end where my upload is going to be complete. Okay, let's wait for it. Okay, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, I think it's done, and now it's going to hard reset via the RTS pin, which means now my ESP8266 is ready. So that's how it is. Now let's have a look at the output. It's going to be very simple, like a basic circuit where you press the push button and the LED turns on. Alright, so that's all. Let's make sure that you subscribe to my channel and stay updated for more ESP8266 tutorials.